Good morning, students. Welcome to class 6, subject mathematics, chapter 11, algebra. This is your summary lecture. In this lecture, we will revise our this chapter, algebra. First of all, we have learned branches of mathematics. Branches of mathematics are arithmetic, geometry, algebra. In arithmetic, we study about numbers. In geometry, we study about different shapes, and now in algebra, we learn how to use different letters, English letters. And these English letters are known as variable. Variable means vary, that can change, because these English alphabets does not have any fixed value. It can be any number. So suppose I am taking x. This x is a variable, and remember one thing, you always write down variable in small letter. Okay, so if I am writing variable x, it can be any number 1, 2, 3 or any number. That's why it is known as variable is known as change which is not fixed. After that we have done matchstick pattern. Okay, I am taking here the example of L. When we have made one L, one time L, then how many matchsticks are used here? 2 matchsticks are used. When we have made 2 times L, then 4 matchsticks are used. 3 times L, 6 matchsticks are used, and it will go on like this. Okay, let us prepare the table now. See. Number of times L formed and number of matchsticks used. For 1 L, 2 matchsticks. For 2 L, 4 matchsticks. For 3 times L, 6 matchsticks. For 4 times L, 8 matchsticks, and so on. And if we have to make n times L, means we don't know how many times we are making the L. N times. Any number it can be 10, 20, 30, 45, any. So how many matchsticks are used for making n number of times L? For this rule is 2n. Because for 1 L, 2 matchsticks are used. And for n it is 2 multiplied by n, 2n. You can use here unitary method also. You can see like this also. For 1 time L, we are using 2 matchsticks. So for n, okay, for n we will do 2 multiplied by n, that is 2n. This you have done now. If the 1 is given to us and we have to find out more than n, then we will multiply. In this way, we can make the rule of any English letter. See. Now I am writing C. How many matchsticks are used in one C? 3 matchsticks. Now if I am making 2 times C, how many matchsticks are used? 6. So in 3 times C, how many matchsticks are used? 3, 6 and here 9. So it will go on like this, 9. So number of times C formed. And here I will write down number of matchsticks used. For 1 C, 3 matchsticks. For 2 C, 6 matchsticks. For 3 times C, 9 matchsticks. And if n times C, it is not necessary that you will write down here n only. You can write down m also. Okay, x also. But this variable is always in small letters. Okay, I am taking here now m. then m number of times if I am writing C, how many matchsticks are used? It is 3 multiplied by m, which is equal to 3m. So this is the rule of making matchstick pattern. It is not necessary that we will use this type of rule in matchstick pattern only. In our daily life also we can do this, we can make this pattern. See one example. Suppose in one row, 7 students are sitting. In one row, there are 7 students. Then how many students are there in 5 rows? How many students are there in 5 rows? In one row, 7. In 2 row, 14. In 3 row, 21. Or we can do like this also. If in one row, 7 students, in 5 rows, 5 multiply by 7, that is 35. Okay, we will multiply the number of students in one row by number of rows. You have done one more example in your NCERT book, that is, in one row there are 9 dots. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. In one row, there are 9 dots. Okay? Then how many dots are there in our number of rows? In one row, we have 9 dots. Then in our number of rows, how many dots we have? It is 9 multiplied by r, 9r. Remember one thing, that 9 plus r is different from 9 multiplied by r. 9 plus r will remain 9 plus r, and 9 multiplied by r will become 9r. These two are different. After that we have done expression with variables. See, expressions are of two types, number expressions and algebraic expression. What are number expressions? Number expressions are like this: 3 plus 4 multiplied by 2, where only numbers are there. There is no variable. These are called number expression. This we can solve easily. First of all, we have to solve the bracket. So we will write down 3 as it is. 4 multiplied by 2 is 8. So 3 plus 8 is 11. Okay. So these are called the number expressions. And what are algebraic expressions? Algebraic expressions are those expressions in which we have variable, just like 3x, 2x plus 5. These are algebraic expression because here we have x, which is a variable. It is very easy to calculate number expression. We can easily find out the value of numerical expression, but in algebraic expression we can calculate it only when we have the value of x. If we are not having the value of x, then we cannot calculate it. Now suppose we have x equal to 0. Okay, our expression is 2x plus 5 and x equal to 0. This is our value of x. So how we will solve it? 2x means 2 multiplied by x. So it is 2 multiplied by 0. Then plus 5. So 2 zeros are 0 plus 5, which is equal to 5. So we are able to find out the value of algebraic expression if we have the value of variable. We can solve it if x equal to 1 because x is a variable. Its value can change. So now I am taking when x equal to 1. When x equal to 1, now here we have to put x as 1. So it is 2 multiply by 1 plus 5. 2 ones are 2 plus 5 which is equal to 7. In the same way you can find out the value when x equal to 2. 2 multiply by 2 plus 5. 2 2s are 4 plus 5 it is equal to 9. These are known as algebraic expressions. Now I am going to tell you how expressions can be formed, how algebraic expressions can be formed when statement is given to you. This is very important topic. Suppose it is 7 added to P. What does it mean? That we are going to add 7 to P. Okay. So its expression is P plus 7. 7 subtracted from P. You know very well that in case of subtraction, a number written after from, we have to write down first. So we will write down here P first. And from P, what we have to subtract? We have to subtract 7. So it is P minus 7. Next is C. 7 multiplied by minus P. We have to multiply 7 by minus P. So it is minus P multiply by 7 and this you can write down like this minus 7P. In case of multiplication, we always write down variable later on. Okay, first we will write down the constant. 7 is constant and P is a variable. See more examples. Y multiplied by 10 and then 7 added to the product. Y multiplied by 10. You have to multiply y by 10. When you multiplied y by 10, it is 10y. I have told you that variable you will write down later. Okay. And then 7 you have to add to the product. What is the product? Product is the result of multiplication. That is 10y. In this you will add now 7. It is 10y plus 7. It can be opposite of this also. When algebraic expression is given to you and you have to write down the statement. Okay. See some more example. Let Raju's present age is X years. Okay, this you have done in the lecture also. Let Raju's present age is X years. Now you have to tell his age 5 years from now. What is the meaning of 5 years from now? That means after 5 years. If now today's his age is X years, what is his age after 5 years? Afterward is not written, so you have to learn it from now means आज से 5 साल बाद. So it is X plus 5. What is his age 5 years ago. Ago means पहले. In this question, students normally commit one mistake. They do like this: 5 minus x. This is wrong. His today's age is x. Present age is x. From today's age, from present age, you will subtract 5 years. From 5, you will not subtract present age. So, 5 years ago, his age was x minus 5. Now you have to tell his grandfather's age if he is 3 times of his age. His grandfather's age if he is 3 times of his age. 3 times of his age means, times means multiply. Okay. And his age is x years. It means his grandfather is 3 multiplied by x, which is equal to 3x. In the same way, younger means chota. So, if his grandmother is 2 years younger than his grandfather, so how you will find out? 3x, this is the grandfather's age, and his mother is 2 years younger, so subtract 2 from that. This is the grandmother's age. Now it comes, what is an equation? In very layman's language, I am telling, in equation, there is always an equal sign between left hand side and right hand side. Okay, suppose it is 2x equal to 10. This is an equation. Okay, if it is like this, 2x is less than 10, this is not an example of equation. If it is given 2x is greater than 10, this is also not an example of equation. For equation, there must be equal sign between right hand side, this is the RHS, right hand side, and this is the left hand side. And between it, it is equal sign. So this is an equation, and we can solve any equation only when we have the value of variable, that is x here. So now I am going to tell you how to find out the solution of the equation. Solution of the equation means value of this x. Okay, now suppose we are taking x equal to 0. In x equal to 0, left hand side is equal to 2 multiplied by x is here, that is 2 multiplied by 0, which is equal to 0. Is 0 equal to right hand side? No, it is not equal to RHS. Now we can take x equal to 1. In left hand side, it is 2 multiplied by 1, which is equal to 2. Is this equal to right hand side? No, again this is not equal to right hand side. Now I am taking x equal to 2. It is 2 multiplied by 2, 4. This is also not equal to right hand side. X equal to 3, left hand side will become 2 multiplied by 3. In place of x here, I am writing the value of x. Okay, this 0, 1, 2, 3. 2 will remain constant as it is. You will not write down this value of x here. So it is 6. It is not equal to RHS. When x equal to 4, left hand side is 2 multiplied by 4 equal to 8. It is also not equal to RHS. And when x equal to 5, it is 2 multiplied by 5 equal to 10. See, now this is equal to RHS. So, x equal to 5 is the solution of given equation. Means this equation is satisfied when x is equal to 5. And do you know what this method is known as? This method is known as trial and error method. Because in this method, we are trying different values of variable. Directly we don't know the answer. Okay, that you will learn in next class. How directly we can find out the solution of given equation. Now it's time for the homework solution of lecture 3 that I have given you from exercise 11.5. Question number 1 was, state which of the following are equations with a variable. Identify the variable from the given equation with a variable. I have told you what is an equation if there is equal sign. So if it is an equal sign is there, that is an equation. But they have asked equation with variable. So you have to see that there must be variable also. That is not a numerical expression. Okay, so it is, A is like this, 17 equal to x plus 7. Yes, this is an equation with variable and variable is here. Variable is x. In this way you have to do the complete question. Now see, in question number 2, one table is given to you and in that table you have to fill the third column. Okay, again I am doing one or two part for you. First part is 10y equal to 80. This is given and variable value is given to you y equal to 10. Now you have to tell with this variable is equation satisfied or not. Equation is satisfied. Yes or no. You have to tell this. Whether for this value y equal to 10 equation is satisfied or not. Now see, if 10y equal to 80 and y equal to 10, that means we have write down here 10 multiplied by 10 for 10y. Okay, so it will become 100. So is 100 equal to 80? Are left hand side equal to right hand side? No. So this equation is not satisfied. See one more part of this. 10y equal to again 80. Now you have to tell for the value of y equal to 8. See, for y equal to 8, it is 10. 10y means 10 multiplied by y. 10 multiplied by 8, which is equal to 80. Now left hand side is equal to right hand side. So our equation is satisfied. Okay. In this way you have to fill the complete table. Now see question number 3. In question number 3, I am showing you D part. It is q upon 2 equal to 7 and the values are given 7, 2, 10 and 14. For these values you have to tell for which value of q this equation will satisfy. So one time we will take q equal to 7. So in place of q, see left hand side, in place of q we will write down 7, this value 7 upon 2. When you will cut, it will become 3.5. Is this equal to 7? It is not equal to RHS. Okay. Now check for second value, that is 2. Q equal to 2. Left hand side is equal to 2 multiply by 2 divided by 2, which is equal to 1. In this also, left hand side is not equal to right hand side. Fine. Now take the third value. Q equal to 10. Left hand side is 10 divided by 2, which is equal to 2 ones are 2, 2 5s are 10, 5. This is also not equal to RHS, right hand side. Now you have to take last value, Q equal to 14. It is 14 upon 2, that is 7. Now see, this is equal. This is equal to RHS. Here you will write down, so Q equal to 14 is the solution of the given equation. Okay, so you will write down here that Q equal to 14 is the solution of given equation. Now see question number 4. Question number 4 is also same as that of question number 3. Only the difference is this, it is given in the form of table. It is given to us m plus 10 equal to 16. I think this you can do easily. Then what we should write down in place of m so that it will become 16? Definitely 6. But it is given in the form of table like this. m plus 10. Here the values are written of m1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and so on like this. So how you will do? M plus 10. Here you will write down in place of m 1. So 1 plus 10 is 11. In place of m you will write down now 2. 2 plus 10 is 12. In place of m 3. 3 plus 10, 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 and so on. So for which value of m this equation will satisfy? For the value m equal to 6. In this way you can complete question number 4. Now your homework is do assignment that I will upload on EdQuark site in the form of PDF, and prepare chapter 11 for test. Okay, thank you students.